Hello, everybody. Welcome to the official Ray Davis Mysterious Encounters channel. And today we'll be talking about what is quite possibly the strangest, or at least one of the strangest, UFO sightings or encounters that I have ever read about. And I'm pretty sure that you might too. It is Joe Simonton and the UFO Pancakes. And if you're wondering what the UFO pancakes actually are, they are literally what is said. UFO pancakes given to him by alien visitors back in 1961 in Wisconsin. And yes, this story is quite unusual. And, I'm always, more impressed. And I find it way more believable when there's somebody that has something to lose or doesn't have a normal interest in the subject suddenly come out with a story that is of such magnitude or so unusual that they would have plenty to lose by bringing it up even in the first place. And this guy, Joe Simonton, was a farmer in Wisconsin back in 1961 who came out with a quite extraordinary tale of pancakes that were given to him by UFO occupants. And it's just like it sounds. It's quite unusual. And yeah, I had never heard this tale before and story before, but it actually is a documented case where a guy, who was a farmer, had a quite unusual tale, and he, was so bothered by it that he decided he was gonna, have to make go and tell someone. So he reported it to the papers and to the local press and eventually to the actual Air Force. And this is how the story pretty much went. In 1961, Joe Simonton at 11 o'clock a.m. was sitting in his rural Eagle River home enjoying a late breakfast when he heard a commotion from outside. When he investigated, he witnessed a flying saucer that he said was brighter than chrome, hovering above his house. The craft eventually landed in his backyard. The saucer opened up, and sitting inside were three mute aliens, which Joe described as Italian looking. Joe was given a large container and somehow discerned that these strange creatures wanted water. When he returned with the liquid, one of the aliens was cooking pancakes on a flameless cooking appliance, almost like a grill. The creature gave Joe the pancakes, saluted him, and flew away south into legend, far away from his home. Despite all this, it was investigated by the United States Air Force, and the pancakes, at least one of them, was given to the Air Force to examine, in which case they said it was a regular pancake with nothing that wasn't obtained by the Earth or on the planet Earth, I should say. However, it is listed in their files. The entire case is listed as unexplained. If you're also wondering what Joe thought of the pancakes, he said it tasted like cardboard. In other words, he was pretty much saying that they were terrible. So evidently these aliens were not good cooks, and that they did want water. He gave the other two cakes to a Vilas County ufologist, and this is, a very strange, very unusual story, but I think that's what gives it a strong sense of validity, kind of like, why would you make this up? Like, what could you possibly gain as a farmer in the middle of nowhere in Wisconsin back in 1961? Like, why would you want to tell this story? And this story came from the Villa County News Review, April 27th, 1961. And there's a picture of Joe holding up the alien pancake. And apparently, after all this was said and done, even, he really didn't want anything at all to do with it. He was so sick of hearing about it, and he actually had told people before finally no longer talking about it that he wished he'd never said it or told anyone about it in the very first place. which I find really interesting. Again, I really like and love these stories where, or encounters that, why would you make that up? He had nothing to gain by making it up. Especially back then, he was going to be looked down upon and made fun of in his local community, which apparently happened. And then he just shut up about it and he stopped talking about it. Again, this story also reminds me of the Tom Dawson story, very similar to that too, which we're going to get into later on. And that's pretty much it. I hope you all enjoyed it, and definitely look us up and check out our latest podcast. And in the meantime, I thought this would be, a great thing for us to listen to in the meantime. Thank you so much, and tune in again for our next podcast.